everyone. We find ourselves in uncharted territory just now. We've got things are happening daily, things are changing daily. You are stuck at home with you and your horse. So you might say to yourself, well, what do we do? I'm here, I've got to train, or I don't have to train, or I just want to have fun with my horse. Let's use this time now to connect. Let's work on one-on-one, which is what we're allowed to do now. Before we start, I'd like to talk to you about the New South Wales particularly, because that's where I am, the laws surrounding what we are and aren't allowed to do as they stand today. Who knows? They could change in a week, who knows? But for now, I, as a trainer and a coach, I'm allowed to travel. And so I can come to you and I can give you a one-on-one lesson, provided that we stick to the COVID-19 protocols. So having said that, you can't travel to me. It's considered non-essential travel. So it's a luxury, basically, that if you take your horse and come to me for a lesson, that's not essential. Okay, it's not life or death. So me traveling to you is my work. So I'm happy to travel to you to try and get you something so that you can continue on your own with your horse in the next, say, 3 months until we find out what's going on. So that's the reason for me doing what I do. I love the connection. I love to see people who are a little bit lost, not sure what to do with themselves or with their horse. You can go for a trail ride, sure, that's allowed. You can, do little things, but I'm going to try and get you onto a little program so that you can do the little things that I'm going to show you in these videos and then get that right, and then you can move on to the next thing. So you've actually got a little, it's like being at school again, I suppose. Many of you will already know all this stuff, so just disregard it. But I'm really targeting you people at home that really don't have much outside help at all and are pretty new to this business. So, watch my videos. I'm going to do little simple things. They're very basic stuff, but they're very important stuff leading up to you getting on your horse. So I'm actually going to do a lot of little things on the ground so that, again, we're building the connection with you and your horse. It's a great thing also for maybe older horses that have been there, done that, and you've got that older horse, but he's maybe been an old cutting horse or he's been an old stock horse, and he really doesn't have a lot of the refinement or the finer things that come with building up to becoming a ranch horse. So let's together have this journey, and we're going to develop it, and let's see how you go. And feel free to contact me through my website or on Facebook if you have any questions. Happy to answer them. Also my live feed on Saturday nights at this stage. Again, send your questions in, happy to answer them. Okay, so you've brought your horse out of the paddock, you're in the arena now, you want to do some groundwork, and this is what we're going to do. To get your horse, and let's talk about ranch conformation here. To get your horse to move his feet, we want him to listen and see our body moving as an indication. So what you can do at home, get your horse, step back from your horse, pull it forward, and then step it back. Pull it forward, step it back. We will do this with a horse that hasn't done this. This horse has done this before, so she's not objecting too much. So I'm moving her feet, but I'm also moving it. She sees my body. If I walk at her, she should move away. If I step back, she needs to come up. If I walk at her, she needs to come back. See her feet moving. Feet are moving. Feet are moving. Feet are moving. And I'm not having to pull her too much. Now, if I want her to move this foot back, I'm actually just going to step at her and move it back. Thank you, Beanie, good girl. Because back, forward. Now if she doesn't move, I need to wake her up a little bit. So don't be too soft on your horse. When you walk at it, make it move. Do not stand directly in front. Horses can strike. That's your danger zone. Don't stand here. I think I might have, but don't. Stand off to one side. See, she's looking at, look at her foot. She's looking, go back. All right? So she can see, if I want to set her up and make her stand square, as soon as I step toward her and point my toe at her, she's going to put her foot here. Okay? Haven't worried about the back yet. We'll talk about that later. All right, another exercise you can do for your horse to make it listen to you from the ground. Remember, when you ride, you want your horse to move away from pressure. You can do this on the ground before you start. You can do this with a yearling or a weanling. Get them to move their rib cage away from pressure. So tip your horse a little bit towards you here. Push where your leg's going to go and isolate the back end. All right, go around the other side. Ask your horse's nose this way a little bit. Push here. Move the back end. And again, round this way. And the head, horse's head a little bit. Push here. Move the back end. All right. Again, I just put my knuckle on my pointer finger. Just my knuckle, like a dummy spur almost. And I push. Again, just get the nose. It just helps them move their body a little bit. And push. Okay? So that way, the horse knows pressure, move off pressure. Don't keep the pressure on. Push it, release. Push it, release. So you should be able to push, release, push, release, push, release. And you notice, look, she crosses over her hind legs because she's moving away from that pressure. Simple stuff, great groundwork. Now the same with the shoulder. Shoulder, these are your horse's shoulders. Push the shoulder away, push the shoulder away, push the shoulder away. And she crosses over in front. Push the shoulder away. Okay, she makes it look easy because she can do this. We'll have another horse later on that doesn't know it, and you'll see it's a whole different story. Right, now, this is TC. TC's been dragged out of the paddock. He hasn't had any work for about 6 months. I think he's been ridden down the road a couple of times. He's a cutting horse. Very good little cutting horse, but he's a cutting horse. So he doesn't know a lot about what I'm about to show you, because this will be more like your horses if they've been turned out, or you know, they haven't had much education as far as the groundwork goes. So we're just going to try this business and see if he will push away from pressure. So we're just going to, I might do it this side so you can see. So we're just going to pull his head this way a little bit, and I'm going to put my hand here and I'm going to push. Nothing happened. I'm going to, well, something happened then, okay? Now sometimes you're going to have to push pretty darn hard because they don't listen. So don't just dig your hand in and then, you know, you try and push, but you might have to do bump, bump, bump and push for them to take notice of you. Some will hang their rib right into your hand for ages. What I do then is I'll get a little spur in my hand and I'll hold my little spur. Now, word of warning, if you do that, if you've got a horse that just hangs and will not move his rib cage, so ask here, nothing happened. Ask here, nothing happened. I'm really going to push. Now, be careful, word of warning, horses can cow kick, which means they can kick up here, and you do not want to have a cork side, trust me. So, be always aware of your safety zone with this. So, we're going to push, nothing's happening. I'm going to lock my elbow in and push. So I've got a bit of, you know, he's feeling it, And he's not happy. Look at the ears. He goes, yeah, but he moved. Ease off the pressure, okay? So I'll do it again. I'm going to push. And he understood. Swishy tail, pin ears tells me not impressed. However, bad luck, sorry. We ride through that. We work through that. So we get his nose a little bit this way again. And again, push, push, move, release. Push, 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 move, release. Again, the other end. One end picks, the other end bites. You might find your horse really gets narky. So be very aware when you're doing this of your horse's body language. Keep yourself safe and be prepared that they could turn around and have a little munch. So be prepared. If they do, slap them. Don't pussyfoot around, slap them. They've got to learn their parameters as well. So now we're going to do the body positioning thing, okay? So we're going to ask TC to come up and we're going to ask him to go back. We're going to ask him to come up and go back. Keep in mind your body weight. When you go back, bring it back. When you go to him, push it forward so he sees. Go back. Come forward. Go back. So he needs to start doing this on his own nearly. As soon as he sees me coming at him, good. Forward, back. Forward, back. Keep in mind, he hasn't done this before. So I'm just going to turn him around. Always when you turn a horse, always turn them away from you, don't turn to the inside. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Forward. So already you're starting to move their feet, okay? Little things, little things. Again, we might just check him out here again. Yep, okay. He's happy. Well, he's not, but that's okay. He'll get used to it. Sometimes they've just got to suck it up. I didn't touch him then, he just moved away. Okay? So that's how you can start getting your horse listening to you and respecting your space and respecting what you're asking them to do. You might find your horse is really lazy. You may have to wake him up. Don't be afraid to do that. Just don't stand directly in front. Okay? Good. Okay, he wants to get away, that's fine. Good, good, good. There you go. Okay? Foot. There, perfect. Good boy. Okay, so they then learn to move their feet because I'm making him, okay, a bit slow, going to slap him, wake up. He needs to be watching me. He's going, yeah, how can I avoid her? Always be aware of your horse's body language. It's so important to read your horse. And they're all different.